Hello traders and investors. Now I'm going to speak about how to use charts in Python. Okay. So if you had seen my previous video about the market watch, I've spoken about opening the chart directly from the market watch. So if you just click on these dots which appear under the chart column in the market watch, you can open the chart directly. But this is an intraday chart. Intraday, that is the chart belonging to only today's price action. Now there is an alternative, that is to open the chart for historical as well as intraday data combined. So how to do that? Right click on any of these securities or any of these line items. For example, I am right clicking on Reliance and I'll use chart. Just click on chart when I'm in the right menu option. Right click menu option. Once you open that, you will find a small pop-up in which you'll have the periodicity, interval and days. So periodicity will tell you what kind of duration you want, whether you want minute wise candlestick, hour wise candlestick or day wise candlestick. It's up to your convenience, and based on your requirement you can choose the periodicity accordingly. Next we have interval. Interval will tell you how much periodicity you want, whether you want 2 minute or 1 hour or 1 day candlestick. And there's one more option here which is days, which will tell you this candlestick, whether you choose it as 5 minutes or 2 hours or 1 hour or 1 day, for how many days you want this candlestick. So you need to be wise in choosing how much data you load based on your internet connection. If you think that, obviously you would know what is the internet speed for your system. So based on that you need to load the chart. Maximum we can load 50,000 candles in the price market. So it's up to you what kind of time frame you want to choose. Okay. Okay, so I'm clicking on the button OK. It'll take a while to load. So here is the chart. So first I'm going to explain about very little bit about the candlestick as shown in the chart. So let me zoom in a little bit. Let me choose one of the candles. So I'm going to choose this green candle here. I'm going to also highlight this candle. Okay, so this particular green candle you can see here. So any candlestick will have four parts in it. So the top part is called as high of the candle, and the bottommost part of the candle we call as low of the candle. And for a green candle, the place where the body ends, so this is the body, the green thing is the body, and you see the needle kind of thing, we call it as wick of the candle. So for a green candle, the bottommost part of the body of the candle we call as open of the candle, and the highest point of the body of the candle we call as a close of the candle. So this is about the candlestick. So any candlestick will have four parts in it, that is open, high, low. Low is the place where you can see the wick in the bottommost area, and one more part is close of the candle. So this is why we call the candlestick as OHLC, that is open, high, low, close, or we call as OHLC data. Okay. So if you have observed carefully, I have chosen 1 minute candle for 5 days. Now it's my choice. If I want more data to be loaded, I can choose maybe 15 or 30 days as per the requirement. Okay, so you will find a window here which we call as quick limit order window, which will allow you to place orders at the best available buyer or seller price. So what I mean is, this window which we call as quick limit order window, if you just click on the buy button here, it will allow you to place the order at the best available seller price. It's a limit order. Similarly, you can just click on the sell button here, using which you can place the buy order at the sell order at the best available buyer price. And you can choose the product type, whether you want it as CNC or MIS for the equity stock. Next, I am going to explain about indicator. So what is an indicator? So this is a way of explaining or way of indicating how the price may move in the nearest future, and this will be based on the past price action, and there will be some mathematical calculations based on which there will be some levels arrived at, and these levels will be plotted on the chart. Some of the indicators are plotted on the chart, some indicators are plotted in a separate panel. Okay, so the easiest to understand and the more popular indicators are exponential moving average and simple moving averages. Okay, so what you need to do is you just click on study and type exponential moving average, as you can see on the screen. Click on this. Here you will get period, so you need to choose whether you want 14 period or 15 or 16 according to the requirement. So period means how many candlesticks have been used for the calculation. Okay, and just click on apply. So as you can see, the 14 simple moving average has been, exponential moving average has been added onto the chart. So how you can use this for your trading? So generally people use this by looking at the chart as to whether the EMA is cutting the candle from above or from below. So in this case, as you can see, this particular red candle has been cut by the indicator that we call it as a 14 EMA from above to below. So you can use this as an indication for short sell. Okay, this is one way of looking at it. Similarly, if you can see here, I'm just scrolling the chart. You can see here at the price level of approximately 1419, this level, you can see this 1419 level. This is the level at which you could have bought because the indicator is cutting from below to above. So this is one way you look at things. Traders also use in general the crossover between the indicators. So one of them I have already added, that is 14 period EMA. I'm going to add other indicators. So let's see, say for example I'm going to use a 21 EMA. So I just need to change the period. So it's 21 now. So click on apply. As you can see, it's not very clear on the black background. So what you need to do is right click, double click, then you can change the color of the indicator. So I'm going to change it to say red color. So even this can be an indication for buying or selling. This can be a more profound way of taking a trade. because you can see here there is a crossover. We call it as a crossover of indicators. So this is a crossover place for 14 and 21 EMA at this particular place, and this one also you can use for uh, taking a trade. Similarly, there is a crossover here for sell. This one you can use as an input for trades. See, the indicators are not 100% accurate. This is one thing you need to keep in your mind. But definitely they will give you some insight as to when you can buy or when you can sell. Most of the indicators we call as lagging indicators. There are a few of them which can be reasonably called as a leading indicator. So how do you know more about these indicators and other things about charting? So what you need to do is just there is a product called as Varsity. So you just go to google.com and just type zerodha Varsity.
So everyone's.
I'm going to just click on zerodha Varsity and let's say indicators. So here you'll get the basic of indicators, basic information about indicators. So in this also we have a mention of leading and lagging indicators, and even in this we have basics of charting. Alright. So one more very popular indicator is RSI, that is relative strength index. So I'm going to add that now. So just click on study again and type relative strength index and click on enter. Alright, so here you can select the period again. It remains the same thing, how many candles you want to be used for calculation purpose. And as I said, indicators have levels or designated levels based on which we can analyze whether it's a good time to buy or sell a security. So the general perspective is that whenever the RSI level is 30, it is good time to buy. Whenever RSI is 70, it is good time to go short sell. Alright, so I'm clicking on apply. So yeah, you can see here that there is a 30 level, this particular point, and you cannot blindly take any decision. You need to be very careful with whatever kind of trades you take. So yeah, you can actually initiate a buy trade if there was support of some other indicators also. Yes, there was a, see, if you can just look into this particular point, yes, there is a very small profit making opportunity if at all you could have bought at around 1406 to 1412, but this is not advisable. What is the reason? The reason is that if you look at the trend of the chart, how do you identify a trend? So what you need to do is go to chart tools, click on trend line, just draw the chart, draw the trend line like this. So this is indicating what is the general trend as of now. So general trend as of now is a short selling opportunity, or the stocks are falling. Okay, so yes, so there are people who are short selling, and what you see as 30 level here, which is generally sought as a buying opportunity, is not actually a buying opportunity, but this is a profit booking area. That's why there are some green candles accumulated in this area. Okay, so in technical analysis we always say as trend is the friend, so make sure that we always follow the trend. Alright, so this is about the way we use the indicators. Now there is a small panel here which we call as volume panel. This also can be taken as a support for your trade. So going back to the crossover here, wherein there was a crossover between 14 and 21 EMA. Yes, this was a selling opportunity. But if you can see, there is a consolidation of the price at this particular area. That means the price has not moved below this particular level of around 1416. So it's not a wise decision to just do a short sell because there is a indicator crossover here. So the best way you can do it is get a volume confirmation. So if you can look at this, there is a volume confirmation in this particular area. So what we could have done is, we could have observed for the EMA crossover, then you wait for the volume confirmation. That can be taken as input for the trade. Okay, so this is just an example of how we can use the indicator. Next, we'll look into the other tools available in the charting platform. Alright, so the next we'll look into the other options available. So what I'm going to do now is right click on the chart, and there are two very important options available. One of them is order placement from the chart. So how is it going to help you? So let's go back to the previous example. So where I was talking about the EMA crossover between 14 and 21 EMA, and you're waiting for a volume breakout. Okay, why we call as volume breakout? Because there is a sudden surge in the volume. So what you can also do is you can take this as a support or resistance line. For example, what you need to do is you just open the chart tools, and then you add sorry, I was searching for the horizontal line. It's not available in this chart tools menu. You just need to right click and click on insert horizontal line. So I'm going to insert a horizontal line. See, there's a horizontal line at the 1417 level. So if I were to take a trade, first I will look for a crossover, then I will look for a support support or resistance line breakout. Since I am looking for a short selling opportunity, I am looking for a support line breakout. So I'll just keep this horizontal line here, and I'll wait for a volume burst, or we'll wait for the volume to increase. So what I can do is, I could have done this. I can just right click and click on right click and say sell at 1416.55. Okay, accordingly the order will be placed. So this will allow you to place the order as per the price level. Next, we'll get the clear all orders. So if at all you have placed any limit orders, that will be cleared out. And let's go to the next option. And I'm talking about important options. So yeah, one more option we have is day separator. So if you just click on day separator, it will actually separate the data of each day. Okay, so this is how we look. This is how it will appear when you click on day separator. Now, if you want to again come back to the previous way, what you can do is you can just click on the end button. It will take you to the latest candle. Now there are other options. Again, I am clicking on the right pick option of the mouse. Then I will choose the pivot points, or pivot or pivot, the way you spell it may differ. So so pivot point will actually allow you to place support and resistance levels based on the naturally occurring numbers. So just click on pivot points and click on basic pivot. Okay. So the pivot points are the major support and resistance lines, which are calculated based on the previous day's closing price. Right. So this you can use as an input for your trade. So pivot point, the word itself is a very neutral price level. Okay, if the price is above pivot point, it is a it is a bullish trend. If it is below that, it is a bearish trend in general. So this also you can take as an input. So remember that the pivot point is always calculated based on the previous day closing price. Okay. So again I am using the end button to zoom out. You need to, before that you need to remove the day separator. Then you can just click on end. So as a trader, you would want to use the same setup, that is setup of RSI and the EMA crossover for all the charts that you open. So what you can do is, if you want to use the same setup, you can just right click on pivot, click on save chart, and then choose save chart as template. So when you do this, what it will do is, it will allow you to save the whole setup of indicators into your system. And when you open the chart, another chart next time, you can directly upload the same template and use the same setup of indicators. There's one more option which we call as save chart to Excel. So just right click, save chart, and save chart data to Excel. If you do this, it will directly download the OHLC. Remember I told you about the open, high, low, close, which we properly say as OHLC data. This can be directly downloaded into Excel. Okay. We have other options on the chart. What you can do is, one of the chart type I have spoken about is candlestick. So apart from candlestick, we have other chart types also. So just click on the candle, what you can see here, then click on the drop down. You will be able to find many options. So first one I am going to speak about is Heikin Ashi. So what Heikin Ashi does is, it will give you a average value of open, high, low, close, and based on that it will be plotted. Next we have one more option. I mean, we have about 10 options, but I've already spoken about candlestick and a little bit about Heikin Ashi. Now let me talk about Renko. So Renko is getting very much popularity these days because of the ability of Renko chart to identify the trend faster than any other chart type. To identify the trend, this is the best chart type that you can always use. So for a stock of 1400, you need to accordingly select the box size. So how Renko works is, I mean, instead of calling the each red and blue, red and green blocks as candlesticks, we call them as box. So the specialty of Renko is that a new box will not be created until and unless the box size, whatever we have defined, is reached. So what I am saying is, if I give the box size as 4 here, a new box will not be created until and unless the box or the price will either decrease or increase by 4 points. So I am clicking on box size and entered as 4 and clicked on OK. Now it's up to you how much should be the box size, and you should be a little bit wise enough in selecting how much should be the box size. For a stock of 1400, if you ask me, 4 or say even 7 is fine. Okay. But if you are using something like base metals like nickel or nickel futures or lead futures, you need to choose around 40 pies or 50 pies as the box size. You need to be a little bit careful about what box size you select. I'm selecting 7 and click on OK. I think it was not good enough of 7. You can still change it to whatever box size you want, and accordingly you can identify the trend. I've opened one more chart now, that is Nifty futures. So I'm going to change the box size for this as say 5 and click on OK. So the thing is, if you can observe, it is easily and beautifully telling you what is the trend. Okay, so you can see the downtrend has been prevalent from 9258 levels to 9217 in this particular case. If you want to again change the rainbow box size, you need to first change the box size, then you can see the trend. It's up to you how much boxes you want to choose. Okay guys, thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for the next video.